The world is full of people who are selfish, greedy, and unkind, but there are also those who are generous, brave, and compassionate. Today, we will be exploring some of the great moral lessons that can be learned from these kind-hearted people. Before starting our story, my little friends, I want to remind you to press the like button if you haven't already done so. Your support motivates us to continue creating content for you. Also, keep watching until the end to find out how you can get a special gift from us. The smaller boy explained that he had been late to school because he had to take care of his sick mother. He didn't feel like going to school and wanted to stay home instead. It shows us that even though we may not have the ability to change the past, we can always choose to be kind and compassionate towards others. Thomas noticed that Arthur was upset and asked him what was wrong. Some were older than her, and some had more experience. But Elsie wasn't afraid. She knew that her voice was beautiful and that she had a chance to win. One day, Elsie heard that there was going to be a singing competition in the nearby town, and she decided to participate. She spent weeks practicing and preparing for the contest, and she was confident that she would win. The judges and the audience were impressed by her voice, but they also noticed that she was very shy and nervous. It also shows us that kindness and generosity can come from unexpected sources, and that we should always appreciate those who support us and believe in our abilities. However, despite his success, William was unhappy and felt that something was missing from his life. He had worked so hard to achieve his goals that he had forgotten about the importance of family, friends, and giving back to the community. After all, it was her first time performing in public. Instead, we discover that helping others and nurturing our relationships are key to finding joy and contentment in life. Inspired by the old man's words, William began to look for ways to make a difference. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Remember to subscribe so you never miss out on our new stories. Thanks for watching. See you next time. While their stories may be fictional, the lessons they teach us are very real and important. We can all strive to be more like these characters by practicing kindness, compassion, and generosity in our own lives. He started by donating money to charities and supporting local businesses. He also began to spend more time with his family and friends, and he soon realized that the old man was right. Helping others and strengthening his bonds with loved ones brought him more joy than anything else. Arthur explained that he was feeling sick and didn't want to go to school. He continued to invest in charitable causes, and his legacy of kindness and compassion inspired others to do the same. In the end, William discovered that the true secret to happiness lay in the power of giving and the importance of cherishing our relationships with others. The old woman explained that the necklace would give Elsie confidence whenever she sang. Elsie thanked the old woman and put on the necklace. From that day on, whenever Elsie sang, she felt confident and happy. She continued to practice and perform, and she never forgot the kind words and the special gift that the old woman had given her. She came in second place, just missing out on the prize. Although she was disappointed, she knew that she had done her best. Elsie explained that it was her first time singing in public and that she was afraid of what others might think of her. The old woman smiled and told her that the only reason she had called Elsie over was to tell her that she had a wonderful voice. She then gave Elsie a small box as a gift. As she was leaving the town square, she saw an old woman sitting on a bench. The woman called out to Elsie and asked her to sing for her. Elsie agreed and sang one of the songs that she had prepared for the competition. Thomas told him not to worry and said that he would come over and help him with his homework if he missed school because of his illness. Arthur was touched by Thomas's kindness and thanked him for being such a good friend. Arthur felt sorry for him and invited him to sit with him and his friends at lunchtime. He stayed with Arthur all day, and Arthur's parents were very grateful for his help. Arthur felt much better knowing that he had such a loyal and caring friend like Thomas. he realized that true friendship meant being there for each other through thick and thin, and Thomas was the perfect example of that. The two boys became fast friends, and Arthur learned that the smaller boy's name was Thomas. Oh, and don't forget to share your thoughts about today's story in the comments below. You might also get a response from us. Are you ready? Let's begin. A boy named Arthur was walking home from school one day when he saw a group of older boys beating up a smaller boy. Without hesitation, Arthur ran over and started helping the smaller boy. Even though Arthur was smaller than the other boys, he managed to hold them off until the smaller boy could get away. The other boys were angry at first, but when they saw how determined Arthur was to protect his friend, they eventually backed off. As the boys walked away, Arthur turned to the smaller boy and asked why he had been picked on. One day, Arthur was feeling a little bit down. After school, Thomas came over to Arthur's house and helped him with his homework. From this story, we learn the importance of being a good friend and helping others in need. Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a young girl named Elsie who was known for her beautiful singing voice. On the day of the competition, Elsie arrived at the town square and saw many other singers there. When it was her turn to sing, Elsie stepped up to the microphone and sang her heart out. When the results were announced, Elsie didn't win. The old woman told Elsie that she had a beautiful voice and asked her why she was so nervous during the performance. Elsie opened the box and found a beautiful necklace inside. This story teaches us that even when we face setbacks, we should keep trying and never lose hope. In a bustling city, there lived a wealthy businessman named William who had everything he could ever want: money, fame, and luxury. One day, William met a wise old man who told him that the secret to happiness lay in helping others and making a positive impact on the world. As years passed, William became known as a generous philanthropist who cared deeply about the well-being of those around him. Through William's story, we learn that material possessions and status do not bring lasting happiness and fulfillment. These are just a few examples of the many kind-hearted people who have made our world a better place. So which of these stories did you like the most? Tell us about it in the comments below.